Alrighty guys, welcome back to another very special episode of Grim Reaper RC, and as you guys can tell by the video thumbnail and description, and by this right here, we are adjusting the front brake disc. As you guys can see, this is already adjusted, so I'm going to be going through, showing you guys how to do it on your own bike. It's very simple. All you have to do is take off the fairing. You basically need two different size screw hexes, and you can get it done yourself. It's a super easy trick, and I actually think that Losi did it a little bit backwards, so I'd like to go through and show you guys how I do it, and how I get my wheel to spin for over 40 seconds just like it did right now. So grab your RC, grab some tools, let's do some wrenching, do some cleaning, and make our bikes in tip-top shape together. One of the first things that you're going to do is remove your rider figure. I did already go through and unvelcro his little bulletproof vest. That way I didn't have to do it in video. And I will cut to the clip of me removing this here. I didn't have the light on, so it does look a little bit dark. So please forgive me for the next few seconds in the next little clip. And then we will cut back to me having the light back on the camera itself. And we'll show you guys how to adjust this properly. And we'll even talk about what we're doing in the 2025 season. I do plan on uploading every single day, so we'll talk about all of that stuff coming up. And I'm also going to throw in a little clip right now of me doing some donuts on a Sauron Light BX, because I know you guys are going to absolutely love that, and it explains why I'm filming this video right now, because it's snowing outside. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is remove the pin. My driver figure does have a few extra little pieces on him, so I'm going to have to remove those first. But you're going to slide his shirt up. Right by his belly button will be a pin, as you guys can see here. So as you guys can see right here is the pin. I'm going to, with my fingers, go ahead and pull the pin out and then push it with my thumb. And you can see right there in the back, it's already pushed out. Pull it out, and we are basically ready to go. Now, nice and super simple, the driver figure leans forward. You twist towards you if you are facing on the right side of the bike where the on and off button is. And then with a little ease, what I do is I push up on I'm going to make sure that it's zoomed in on it and that you guys can see real quick. What I usually do is I make sure that I push up on the feet with both pegs right there. One is off, the other is off. I'll back you guys back up, and you can see that the driver figure just removes. Now we can put this to the side, and what we can focus on is the important bits. We need to take off this fairing guard here so we can get to the brake line itself. So this is definitely something super simple and easy everybody can do. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notification button. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. You guys can see that mine is already adjusted. I do adjust it off camera most of the time just to make sure that my bike is always working properly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove these two screws here. They are 1.5 millimeter hex. I'm just going to say that I was actually wrong. They are not 1.5 millimeter hex. You do need a 2 millimeter hex to go through here and take this off. I do use Traxxas toolkit for all of my toolkit products, and as you guys can see, it works absolutely perfect. I don't use the ball end ever. I usually only use the straight end. The ball end does usually strip out your screws sometimes, and with these being into the fairing and the main part of the bike here, I definitely do not want to ruin anything. So this is where we get into the important parts. So now that we are on the inside here and we can see that the fairing is removed, what we are going to do. So now that I can be honest with you guys, I already had to refilm this intro. Now that we're at the part where everybody is at, I had to refilm the intro because I didn't have the light on, so it looks super dark. So now I'm going to do some unorthodox methods to get us back to this point right here. So here we are, as you guys can see on the inside. Here is your little braking servo. You can see your brake line coming all the way through. And this is the part which is very, 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 very important. On top of keeping everything clean, you guys can see that your ESC is about right there behind this plastic plate. Keeping this area nice and clean is actually very, very, very important. You don't want your brake line to get frayed or anything like that. And sometimes sand and dirt can get clogged in these areas. And with it being maneuvering parts, you want to make sure it's 100% clean. So as you guys can see, my bike is usually very clean. I will have a link in the description box down below on a video you guys can go to watch to make sure that you guys are cleaning running your bike properly so that you don't blow your stator or burn any electronics, and so that nothing really rusts or corrodes. I do live in a rusty environment with snow, sand, and everything like that, and salt, which absolutely destroys metals and basically everything. It even destroys some plastics with it being so cold. You guys can see that this is actually holding up very well, even the fairings themselves. Now, what we're going to do here is you do not want this to fray at all. If this frays, then you guys are in for a very, very, very bad day. Now, this is the part which is very, very, very important. We are going to adjust the brake itself. So this is the part where I think Losi did wrong. Now you guys can see I do have a 0.5 millimeter hex on the inside of here. There is a nut on the side. You guys can see by the fake radiator fan, you can fit it in on the inside of here. And I already have it loosened. So what I am going to do is I am going to pull and push on the string itself and just make sure that there is enough slack there. And I did feel it move up just barely 1/4 of an inch, and that's basically all you need. 1/4 of an inch is going to go a long way in this situation. So now I'm going to check the front wheel and make sure that it spins freely. So now that this is spinning freely, and it's much better than it was stock, much better. You guys can see that it's running, it's going free, and the brake servo horn itself is pushed all the way up, so I know that it is adjusted in the right position. And obviously, before this whole thing starts, you want to make sure that your remote is adjusted properly as well with the bike on. We can see that this is spinning freely now, which is perfect, so I do not have to worry about this anymore. Now I know that the string is in a good position. I'm just going to make sure it's a little bit taut. You do not want that loose end over there. And then I'm going to fix you guys so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'll even pull this in a little bit closer. I'm going to hold this section right here with my hand. I'll even zoom you guys in. So I'm going to hold this part, tighten with this right here. Hold this, tighten here. And we are all set on the brake disc, and that is the easiest way to adjust the Losi front brake disc. I think that the way that Losi did it, where they took the whole system out and then adjusted it outside of the car itself and or motorcycle. Some of you guys get mad when I say that this is a RC car, even though all RCs are called RC cars, remote control car. It's in the name itself. It's an RC, remote control car. RC, remote controlled car, RCC, it's all basically the same thing. Everybody in the comments knows what I'm talking about when I say RC. If you told someone you're going to drive a scale dirt bike, they're not going to know what you're saying. But if you said you're going to go drive an RC car dirt bike, they're going to know what you're saying. Or an RC dirt bike, they're going to know what you're saying. So it's good to have this brake disc all set up properly. And now we're going to do the inverse operation to get it back all together. You guys can see how good this is free spinning. And might as well, while you guys are here, spray the bearings and everything with WD-40 to make sure that it is driving freely and working perfectly, so that when you guys go out to rip again, even your brake is working and all of your bearings are working properly. Alright, so with that being said, that is basically it for Grim Reaper RC today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notification button. That way you guys get notified whenever I upload a really cool or informational video just like this one, or one where we go outside, bash with Surons, or upgrade RCs, drive RCs, real cars, anything like that. I am uploading every single day in the 2025 season, so make sure you guys stay tuned. I have some absolutely insane stuff planned. Coming up in the very near future is going to be a video on all of the Hoonigan UDR bodies that are all available on my eBay page, JUSROM-8, and that is basically all one word, JUSROM- and then the number 8. You guys can purchase any of those. I do even have the Losi Promoto for sale. I'll have a video coming up very shortly on how to remove all of the fender fairings and everything like that, so make sure you guys stay tuned, because I will be swapping over to my Summer Dirt series, and we will even be filming some videos on that. I do have the Ultra B and the Light B. I'll be filming some stuff on that, so make sure you guys stay tuned. With that being said, I'll see you all tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.